All right, this next game, number 13, Utah at Arizona State. First game for Arizona State since firing Herm Edwards there. Utes 15 on the road, favored by 52. What do you think, Brady?
I'm laying the points here. Look, Arizona's in a tough spot. You don't have your head coach anymore. Sometimes, people are going to talk about getting a bounce back from that. I think this program's more in a state of disarray. There's a cloud with the punishment that they received for the recruiting violations back during COVID that's still hanging over their head over that hire. And for Utah, look, they've got a shot at going and trying to play for the college football playoff. I mean, look, that loss to start the season, it doesn't look great right now because Florida struggled, but the reality is they can still win the Pac-12 and go play in the college football playoff. Cam Rising's been phenomenal. The defense has been pretty solid for the most part. I just think this is a spot where Utah still has a lot to prove, and Tempe's not going to be as tough of a challenge I think it maybe as it has in the past. So I'm laying the 15 points. I just think Valladay at running back for Arizona State's going to struggle with the way Utah played San Diego State last week, held them to their lowest, production of the entire year. That defense is starting to round its course and be the Utah defense we've seen in the past.
About Utah, I totally agree with you on the playoff. They should be in the consideration no matter how Florida finishes. Like if Georgia lost to Florida, they'd be like, oh, it's an SEC loss. Like it should be the same for Utah. They got to take care of their business first. And they've been handling their business. Now they've got a tough spot. I think this is one of those emotional games. Like, what are you going to get from Arizona State? You're either going to get one of two things. You're going to get a team that throws in the towel in the season, which is what we saw from other coach firings this week. We saw that in Lincoln, Nebraska, when it looked like Nebraska threw in the towel. Or you get their best effort, you get the best fight. Utah's a really good team. I'm just banking on Arizona State, maybe to give that one last hurrah. You've cleaned house. I don't love this game. I thought about switching my pick, especially when you sold it. Cam Rising's been way better since the Florida game. Tavion Thomas is going off, but I'm banking on the emotional. I'll keep it.
Emory Jones has never made the steps I thought he would as a quarterback passing.
Yeah.
It feels like it's the same thing we saw him struggle with in Florida, and I think that only is going to be exacerbated in this matchup because you're going against one of the better defenses, better coach teams in college football.
Amanda, Brady's the one that switches picks all day.
I
go with it, and I
only
stay with it.
This week.
Oh, that's good. That's great.
Yeah, unlike the first week,
was it this one?
6 or something.
No, it wasn't.
Baby
it was Northern Illinois, Kentucky.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I'm trying to check on some injury news. I was like, all right.
Okay. Welcome back, producer Jack, after he was done shooting a commercial there.
Doing a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game, the highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.